This conference will now be recorded.
So that the main concepts today are, one is we can use the linear regression algorithm for predicting prediction of salary with employee experience. So first of all, we will discuss about what is linear regression. When we use this linear regression, after that, we can apply this linear regression model for prediction of the salary with his experience. Okay, that is the thing we have to do today. So coming to the linear regression. So what is a linear regression? So linear regression is the example for linear regression is the example of linear model. It is a simple example for the linear model. What is meant by linear model? So a linear model is a sum of weighted variables that predicts a target output value given an input data instance. Okay? A linear model is a sum of weighted variables that predicts a target output. Given for the target output given for an input data. This is the actual definition of the linear regression. It is the example for the linear model. So what is meant by linear model? It is a linear model is a sum of weighted variables that predicts a target output for the given input data. Okay, I will show you the one figure. You can understand more things about the linear regression. So take simple example here. So this is the data points from this. Here, x-axis is actually showing the, for example, we have to predict the salary of the employee based on the experience. Now think like this: x is the experience, y is the salary we have to predict. Okay, based on that, here blue color points is the past experience. We have to predict for the orange color points. Can anyone tell me what is the line showing? What is the equation for this line? Anyone know about this line?
Y equal to
It
mx
is the
plus
linear
z.
line. It is the linear
Y-
line. It is based upon
Y is equal
y
to
equals
mx
to mx
mx
plus
plus
c.
c.
This is the actual line equation for the line. Okay. So now tell me, in y equals to mx plus c, this is the line equation. So line equation here is y equals to mx plus c. Now tell me what is the y and what is the x, what is the m, what is the c. What is the y, what is the m, what is the c. So y equals to axis.
X is equal to horizontal z.
Based on the figure, you're
Yes,
saying
sure.
x is the x-axis, y is the y-axis. But in actual point of view, it is not the axis. It is the x is the independent variable. Y is the dependent variable. Why? Because y is depend on the x. Okay, y is depend on x. Now, what is m? M is the slope of the line. C is the intercept, or we can say simply constant. Okay, x and y not not simply axis. These are the representation of the independent variables and dependent variables. Now, if you want to predict the y, the calculation will be taken from the dependent variable. Here, independent variable is the x, dependent variable is the y. Now, what happens here? For this example, that is, we want to predict the employee salary with his experience. This linear regression algorithm try to find out the intercept and coefficients for the data, for given data. In this situation, line equation will be applied by using this linear regression algorithm. Now tell me what we have to predict, what we have to provide to the model. What is the predicted variable? What is the input variable or feature variable?
X is the input variable.
X is the
Input variable.
input variable, Y is the
Output
predicted variable. Okay. In machine learning terminology, so you have to know about what is the terminology we are using every time. For this purpose, I will give clarity. Here, Y is the dependent variable. We can say in machine learning point of view, we are saying that Y is the target. Okay, Y is the target. In machine learning terminology, we can say. Now, X is the feature or input data, we can say. In machine learning terminology, Y is the target, X is the feature, or we can say input. This feature may be, for this example, only experience is the one feature. In a real time, multiple features also there. We can check later one by one. Okay. So these are the more basic machine learning terminology points. First point is the Y. What we have to predict is the target. What we provide is the feature. Okay. We want to predict the target. We want by providing the feature. Now tell me which type of problem it is related to. For linear regression, which type of problem it is related to? Supervised or unsupervised?
Supervised.
Supervised learning. Now, what is the output values of the salary? Is it a classification or regression?
Regression.
Classification.
So the values are continuous values. There is no fixed values. It will vary. That's why it is the continuous values. In this situation, we can say it is related to the regression. If the target values are continuous, we can make it as the regression problem. Okay. Now, what we do now, we can apply linear regression for employee salary. Okay. So now what we want to do, I want to predict the salary of the employee. In this situation, what is the 5 steps required for the solving the problem in machine learning? Yesterday we discussed already. What are the 5 steps we have to discuss?
Data gathering.
First step, we have to gather the data.
Getting data.
Manipulate the data.
We can say
Train
instead of
model.
saying manipulate, pre-process the data. In technical words, we can say pre-processing data. Okay. Pre-processing means we have to verify if there are missing values, invalid values, like that. Next one, third step, we have to identify the algorithm. Find the model, or we can say. Fourth step, we have to do train the model. Fifth step, we have to verify the scores of the model. So first step we have to do get the data.
ఏ మోడల్
Second
అన్నాడు
step pre-processing.
చెప్పిందా సరే సరే
Please mute yourself, Suresh. Identify the model and train, or we can say simply. Fourth step we have to train the model. Fifth step, so we can do training and identifying the model in the third step, or you can separate, no problem. Fifth step we can do test the model. In fifth step, if your testing scores are not accurate for you, we can improve the model. These are the general basic terminology steps. First step, we have to get the data. Second step, we have to do the pre-processing. Third step, we have to identify the model and try the model. Fourth step, we have to verify how it is performing for the data. If the performance not up to the mark, we can re-improve the model. Okay, that is the thing happens in this 5 step. So coming to the first step now, we have to get the data. Which data we require now? Which data we require? I want to predict the salary of the employee with his experience.
salary.
For this purpose, I need two values, two columns we can say. One is experience, another one is salary for the past data. For this purpose, all of you open the GitHub links previously provided. All of you open the GitHub links previously provided. Okay. Whatever the resources, all the resources will be updated in the same GitHub repository. You can verify later what are the resources available. Okay. All of you open the GitHub link previously which is provided. There is a options few resources available at some link resources.md file. Sorry. So we need data sets. For this purpose, click APSDC ML datasets. All of you click this link APSDC ML datasets. Okay. We have to get the data. This data can be, we can do to access the data, we can do manually, we can take the data, or we can verify this web, is there any existing data in the website, or we can generate the dummy data by using formulas. Different ways will be happen. Just we are directly accessing one data set from the GitHub repository. So all of you click this link, that is ML datasets. Click here. Okay. In this link, you are get the 3 folders here. One is classification, clustering, regressions. So all of you click on the regression. So we are working with a regression problem. Click that link, that is regression. So there is a file here, salary_data.csv. Okay, salary_data.csv. Click that link or that file. So confirm once all of you till now reach any problems, you are accessing the files. So images are done. Bhavani, no. What is your problem, Bhavani Prasad? The first step we have to do get the data. For getting the data, I'm just taking one data set from the website, that is from the GitHub link. We are already provided the public data sets in the one repository. So redirect to the same link. Okay. So in this link, there is a option raw, RAW raw. Click on that raw option in the middle of the screen. If you see my screen, you will check my screen. Click on the raw option. All of you click on the raw option. Okay, it will just display the CSV file. To save this file, there is no direct download option here. To save this file in your browser, Control S. All of you click Control S. All of you click Control S. It will ask you to where you have to save the file. It will ask you where you have to save the file. So redirect the file to the current working directory. Okay. My current working directory is the desktop 24 August 2020 ML. This folder I'm working. Today is the second day. I'm just created the second day related file. So select this file. After selecting your current working directory file, just save the, click on the save button. So they just me asking, I repeat again. Okay, I will repeat again. So I just provided the one GitHub link previously. Open that GitHub link. to get the data. We already created one dummy salary data, salary and experience data. For this purpose, open the GitHub link. In this GitHub repository, there is a option that is APSSDC ML datasets. There is a arrow here that is click here. All of you click this button. It will go through the another repository. In this repository, you have three options: classification, clustering, regression. Click on this regression option. In this regression option, there are different files for the solving the problems. So click on the salary_data.csv file. It will open the CSV file in the GitHub repository. We need this file to work with offline. For this purpose, there is an option here, middle of your screen, that is RAW. Click on this RAW button. It will show the data inside the CSV file. Okay, just click Control S option. It will ask you to where you have to save this folder. I may need to save this file in C drive, D drive, like this. So save this file in your current working directory. Okay, I'm selecting my current working directory is the desktop. Inside desktop, I already created the 24 August 2025. In that second day file folder, you have to save this file in this location. All of you done till now? How to verify your file is downloaded properly or not? If you verify your current working directory, this is my present today's working Jupyter Notebook file. This is my CSV file downloaded. Make sure these two files are same location. Clear for all of you? Yes. From today onwards, if you need to understand this machine learning, you have to complete one prerequisites, that is, you have to know these things. To understand this machine learning, you have prior knowledge in Python programming with the Jupyter Notebook environment, as well as you have some experience with the NumPy module, Pandas module, and data visualization related modules, Matplotlib and Seaborn. These are the mandatory things previously. You have to understand these sessions. Those who are not aware of these things, better to join the data analysis workshop doing by APSSDC. Okay. Now, coming to this current working file, that is Jupyter Notebook file. What we have to do, we have to get the data. We just downloaded the data and saved this data inside the current working directory. What is the file name? salary_data.csv. Now, how to read this CSV file? Which module we have to use? How to read this CSV file? Which module we have to use? We have to use Kiran also said that Pandas. So for this purpose, we have to import one module in Python, that is Pandas. Import Pandas as PD. Here I am given alias name PD. Instead of referring Pandas every time, I just use PD. Okay. After that, you have to execute the cell. How to execute? What is the shortcut? Shift enter to execute the cell and create new cell. We just imported the Pandas library. Now we have to read this CSV file. To read this CSV file, what is the method in the Pandas module? What is the method we have to use to read the CSV file? To read the CSV, there is a method, that is PD dot read underscore CSV
File name.
In this read underscore CSV file, you have to provide the file name. So verify your file name. The file name is salary_data.csv. So give the name as it is. If your file contains spaces, you have to provide the space. So salary_data.csv is the file name. Whatever the data you are reading, we have to store in the variable. Here I am storing my data in the one variable, that is data frame df. Okay. After reading the content from the salary_data.csv file, I am just printing the values inside the file by using the print function and verify. Now verify. How many columns available in this data frame? Can anyone tell me how many columns available? If you print this data, you got 2 columns. One is salary, 2 columns. One is experience, another one is salary. 2 columns, not 3 columns. These 0, 1, 2, 3 are the indexes. These are not the columns. Okay. So that's why better to attend the data analysis workshop better. But I will try to give clarification here only, whatever the methods we are using for that only. Now, we just read the salary_data.csv file and saved the file in the one variable, df variable, printed the values in the data frame. Now, the first step is completed. We just access the one data set, that is salary_data.csv file. What is the second step we have to do? We have to do the pre-processing. Okay, what is the second step we have to do? Pre-processing. Okay, in this pre-processing, generally what we have to verify every time is there any missing values? Is there any missing values? How to verify is there any missing values in this data frame or not? Yesterday also we discussed. What is the method we have to use? Data frame dot is an a dot sum. It will provide you the missing values in the each column. Now verify. What is the output you are getting? For years experience 0, salary 0 means years column there is no missing values, salary column there is no missing values. That is the meaning here. Okay, data frame dot is an a, give the returns the how many missing values are there, like this. That is the first thing we have to verify in pre-processing. There is no missing values means no need to remove any rows, any data. So what is the things we may verify in this pre-processing? Is there any duplicate entries or samples? Okay, in pre-processing we have to verify is there any particular example is repeated multiple times. Is there any duplicate samples? We may verify. It is not mandatory. Just for get the information about the data set we can use. Okay, is there any duplicate entries in this data frame? We have to verify. So data frame dot is duplicated. Duplicated and execute. So what is the output you are getting? It is the wherever the duplicate is available, it will make it as the true. Wherever the duplicates are not found, it will make it as the false. Is there any duplicates available? You have to verify. For this purpose, data frame dot duplicated returns every row wise duplicated values are available or not. If you apply the sum again, it will provide you sum. So you got 0 means there is no duplicate values in this data set. If you clear till now, anyone has any errors? If you have any doubts or errors, raise now. I will help you. Otherwise, I will proceed to the next one. All of you clear? Shall I go to the next one? Yes. Now, what is the third step we have to do? Okay. In third step, identify the algorithm. Okay. Okay, identify the algorithm. So before identify this algorithm, we have to separate the input data and output data, or we can say in machine learning technical words, what is the target in this data set, what is the features in this data set, we have to separate. Okay, what is the target, what is the features? Can anyone tell me in this data set, what is the data set we have, that is salary data? In this data set, what is the input data, what is the output data, or feature or target? Which column is the feature, which column is the target? What is our problem? Based on problem, we can select. So salary is the input. Someone saying that salary is the output. Which one is correct?
Year of experience.
What is the question we are saying? So here my question actually it is the we have to apply, we have to find out the salary of the employee. So we have to find out salary means, so salary is the output, or we can say target. Experience is the input. Okay, experience is the input, not output. Okay, so feature or input, experience column is a feature or input, and salary column is the target. Someone asking one doubt, how can we say experience is the input? So my intention is I want to predict the salary of the employee with his experience. For example, there is one employee with experience of 11 years. For 11 years experience, how much salary I want to give for this person? For 10 years experience, how much salary I have to give? For 11 years experience, how much salary I have to give? Like this. This is the problem, we have to solve this. So Karthik understood now. Now that's why here experience is the input and salary is the output. But in technical words, experience is the feature, salary is the target. Please make sure make comfortable with feature and target. Feature means input, target means output. Okay. Now first of all, we have to identify what is the feature and what is the target. We identified that experience is the feature, salary is the output. So we have to separate features and target from data set. Okay, we have to separate the features and target from the data set. So what we are saying, experience is the feature. Where is this feature, experience feature available in this data frame? How to access this experience column from this data frame? How to access this experience column from this data frame? That is, in machine learning, this features represented in the capital X. Okay, features represented in capital X variable. Generally, in a global wise, whatever the features we are saying, it will be stored in the capital X variable. So what is the feature we are saying? Feature is the experience. What is the column name? The column name is the ES experience is the column name. How to access this one? Data frame of double square brackets, single quotes, use the column name. You will get only experience data. Okay, what I done here, I just separated the features from my data frame. So data frame of years of experience. What happens now? It just separated the features from the data frame and stored in the new variable capital X. Why only capital X means globally all the developers use the capital X for the representation of features. Small y for representation of the target. All of it clear till now? Now, what we have to do now? We have to separate the target. So target will be represented in the variable of small y, lowercase y. So data frame of, we have to use single square bracket only. What is the column name for this target? Salary is the column name. So I'm just copying the salary column and pasting. So if you print the values inside the target, these are the target. Okay. What we done? We just separated the features and target from the data.
In above
Now-
column, why you have to use the double square brackets?
Okay, so double square brackets why we are using means generally in real world example there is the second concept of multilinear regression. In this situation, in real time there is not only single feature for the target. Okay, there is no single feature for the target. There are multiple features for the target. Okay, in this situation, by accessing the data from the data frame, okay, with a single quotes it is not possible. Single square brackets it is not possible. For example, years, experience, and salary. I want to select for example, your data frame contains 100 columns. I want only 2 columns from this data frame. Think like this. Okay, in example, your data frame contains 100 columns. Out of 100 columns, I required only 2 columns as the features. What is the syntax here? With the single square bracket, it is not accepted. If you want to access the multiple columns at a time from the data frame, you have to use double square brackets. Okay, clear for you why I'm using double square brackets here? The feature representation will be in double square brackets. In technical point of view, we can say data frame. It should be data frame. Okay, is it clear your doubt? Even though multiple features are in our target, in our data frame, there should be only one single target. For target, we have to use only single square bracket. My voice is not coming. Is it for all of you facing the same problem? Is my voice clear for all of you?
Yes, sir, clear.
Clear. Okay. So here point is features will be represented in the capital X and type should be this data type of this should be data frame. If you verify the data type of this X variable, it should be in pandas data frame. This X variable machine should be data frame. For your understandable purpose, I'm saying this capital X machine should be data frame. This target machine should be series, pandas series. If you don't know what is data frame series, it is not related to machine learning now. It is related to data analysis with Python. Okay. Why we are using it here double square brackets means here capital X machine should be in the type of the data frame. Small y machine should be in the type of the series. Okay, clear. Manikanda also clear. Okay. Now, what is the third step we have to do? Mainly, we have to identify the algorithm. Now tell me, is the values are continuous or discrete? Is the target values continuous or discrete? Here target means my variable values. Okay, that is salary. Here target contains continuous values which is related to a regression problem. Okay, it is related to regression problem. which is under regression problem, we can say. So here salary is actually, it is the continuous values. There is no fixed values. Whenever we see the continuous values, we have to apply the regression related algorithms. Which algorithm we are learning now? We want to apply the simple linear regression. For this simple linear regression, the third step we have to identify. We already identified that it is the continuous values. Because of continuous values, it is under the regression problem. There are different algorithms available. One of the algorithm is the linear regression. Now we have to select the algorithm. Okay. So for this purpose, after selecting the algorithm, we have to do two steps again. The two steps are, we have to import the algorithm. This algorithm available at the sklearn package. This algorithm available at the sklearn package. Inside sklearn linear underscore model, we have to import the algorithm. The algorithm name is the linear regression. Here L capital, R capital. Okay. After selecting the algorithm, we have to do two steps again. One is we have to import the algorithm. Second one is we have to create the object for this algorithm. We have to create object for this algorithm. First step, we just imported the identified algorithm. The second step, we have to create the object for this algorithm. So to create this object, I'm taking one variable model equals to, I'm taking simple variable. This is the variable. We have to create the object for this linear regression. So linear regression of, to create the objects in Python, we just use the parenthesis symbol and execute. So what happens now? We just imported the linear regression algorithm. After for using this algorithm, we have to initialize the algorithm. For this purpose, we have to create the object by using the linear regression. Okay, coming to the next step. So what we done till now? We just get the data. Second step, pre-processing. Third step, identify the model. In this model, we have to do the training. Okay, we have to train the model. So to train the model, we have to use one function, that is fit function. For the fit function, we have to provide the features. After that, we have to provide the target related to the features. To train the model, what we have to do? There is a method in this object. This object is available at the variable model. In this model, there is a function or method available. The method name is the fit. And this fit method, we have to provide what is the features, what are the target related to these features. We have to train the model. Okay, for training purpose, we use fit method. So model dot fit of x underscore, sorry, where is our features available? Our features available at capital X, our target available at capital Y, small y. So capital X, comma Y. What happens in this situation? In this situation, your algorithm take the data, that is features as well as the target, and learn inside and predict the coefficients and the intercept values internally. Okay, by internal process, it can identify the what is the coefficient and intercept available and execute. Let me know all of you completed till now. So one by one we will discuss, Kiran. So algorithm selection not based on the features, mainly based on the target. Okay, algorithm selection based on the target. If the target values are continuous, we can take regression. If target values are discrete, okay, or categorical, we can say. In this situation, we can select the classification related algorithms. So let me know, all of you completed till now. Anyone has any issues? All of you clear?
Sir, can you explain once again, sir? IN70.
Which one?
Outputs.
Which steps you are asking? I'm not getting your voice completely.
17th line. Input 17th line, sir.
17th,
Yeah,
okay.
it has-
17th
Fit
step, sir.
method. You are asking about fit. Okay. What happens here? We just created the linear regression object, means we just identify the yesterday PPT. What is the image I shown previously? I shown the blackboard, teacher, student. Okay, teacher train the student in yesterday's figure. This is the student like the machine. We are creating the object for the model. We have to train this model with the data. Okay, to train the model, there is a method in this model variable, that is fit method. Fit means we can provide the data. Okay, we can give the data. The model by automatically and recognize some pattern in the data. To train this model, we use fit method. While calling this fit method, we have to provide two variables, two values. One is features related data. Second one is target. Where is our features available? Previously, we separated the features in X variable, target in the Y variable. So this is X is the features, Y is the target. I just passed. What happens now? Model take your data and try to recognize the data, each data we can see. Clear now? Now coming to the next step. What is the next step we have to do? So we have to test the model. Okay, to test the model, we have to test the model. How to test? In yesterday example, we just train the student with different images. After that, we are providing the different images, try to recognize what it is. Likewise, we have to provide the data. It can try to predict some value. Okay, for this purpose, for testing the model, our model dot, there is a method predict of. Here you have to use double square brackets. In this double square brackets, you have to provide the features. Feature 1, feature 2, like this. But present instance, only one feature is available for our example. For this purpose, we are using model dot. Can you please predict what I am doing now? How much salary I can expect for 10 years experience? This is I want to know with this model. How much salary I can expect for 10 years experience? Okay. So predict of double square brackets. How many features we train the model? With single feature only we train the model. So that's why we have to provide only one value. Okay. So what is the one value we are saying? That is 10 years. For 10 years, what is the salary? So we have to provide this 10. What happens? This model recognizes the intercept, quotient, all those things, and can try to predict some value which is related to the past experience. For this 10 years experience, the expected salary is the 1,20,291 is the expected salary. Okay. If you want to do multiple data, for example, I want to know how much salary for the 10 years experience, as well as how much salary for the 20 years experience, how much salary for the 30 years experience. You have to separate with single square brackets here only. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. These are the different experience. Can you please predict? We are predicting two different experience. it will provide you the two different values related to the each experience. Now, with for 10 years, 1,20,000. For 20 years, 2,14,000. For 30 years, 3,09,000. These are the expected value for this. Clear for all of you how to test the model till now? And one more thing, machine learning is the very simple one. Okay, to train the model is the very simple one. The main difficulty is the main difficult parts is the only first two steps. You have to wait. First three steps are the difficult. Okay, what is the first step? You have to get the required data. That is the some difficult part to get the required data. Second step, you have to do the pre-processing. Third step, you have to identify the model which is related to the data. These three steps are the difficult ones. Remaining steps are the easy. Okay, every time we use only these three steps every time. What are the three steps? We import the algorithm which is required for our problem. We create the object for the model. We train the model. We try to predict the values and verify the scores and performance of the model. That is the thing happens every day. For day 1 to day 2 to day 2, ending of the day. But the main difficult one is the first three steps. You have to identify the data, pre-process the data, identify the algorithm related to the data. That is the difficult things. Remaining are the same steps we repeat. So if you clear till now, I will proceed. If you have any doubts till now, raise now.
Sir, how to identify which algorithm is best?
That is the thing we can do one by one. Okay, I will tell. One by one, we can learn all those things. How to identify the best algorithm, all those things. Yes, there is variables. Whatever the equal to before lecture.
Hello.
Tell me.
Does we follow same steps for every model we train?
Maximum times these are the same steps. Okay, but here the remaining steps will be different at the data gathering and data pre-processing and model selection only different. Remaining steps are the same. Okay, that's why to understand more clearly we give the basic generalized steps. Okay, based on the data availability of the data, we may use CSV file, we may use text files, all those things. For pre-processing, we can do different techniques to manipulate the missing values. Identify the model based on the target. It will be happen one by one. We will discuss in later classes also. So someone asking that, can we change the object name? So here object variable, you can give any value. This is the model. You can give model 1, model 2, no problem. Okay, this is the Python just simple variable. But this linear regression is the algorithm. We have to use same thing. Is it necessary to create an object? Yes, it is necessary. Without creating object, we cannot use this algorithm. Yes, we cannot build any logic. Automatically, we just give the data. Okay. So for testing this model, what we done till now? Okay. Before that, what is the use of fit function, sir? Okay. Actually, fit method we have to train the model. To train the model, there is fixed method available in this algorithm. The method is the fit method to train the model. Okay, that is the fit method. For this fit method, we have to provide features and target. That is the purpose of the fit. That's why I'm given the heading as the to train the model. We use fit method. Mohammed, you are saying something I didn't get. I will whatever the screen on. Are you facing any issues? Is the fit changes for classification? No. There is no classification regression, but the data was the different, algorithms are the with the, but we can repeat same regression steps. Sometimes there is a method that is fit underscore, some other method we'll discuss later one by one. Can we write all these steps in one step? Let's go to the data analysis. Okay, we done. For the 10 years experience, my model working now well. I want to verify if my model is working well for this data or not. Tell me. So what is the output meaning for fit method? Okay. So linear regression is the one algorithm. In theoretical linear in linear regression algorithm, there are different arguments are there. These are the different arguments in this. Okay. These are the internal arguments in this algorithm. Fit underscore intercept. I already told that y equal to mx plus c. What is the m and what is the c? We already said that m is the intercept, c is the constant. We are already previously shown that. All these things are the optional parameters for this linear regression. Okay. Now we have to verify. We just trained the model, predicted the some value with the experience and predicted the salary. Now we have to verify how this model is working well. Is it doing well or not? We have to verify. For this purpose, we use generally metrics. The metrics directly accessible from the model. So model dot score. For the score method, you have to provide the features. You have to provide the target related to the features. Okay. Now model dot score, what it does, it just return the percentage of the accuracy. We can say how accurate this model is working or not. We can verify with this score method. To use this score method, we have to provide the features and target. Okay. Where is the features available? X variable. Where is the target available? Y variable. If you want to represent in the format of the percentage, you can multiply with the 100. Okay. Now, what is the output you are getting? 0.95. If you multiply with the 100, you got the percentage. How accurate this model was working. 95.69% it was doing well. So 95% marks, or we can say 95% accuracy this model was getting. If your accuracy not up to the mark, you can retrain your model with the different techniques available. We can do one by one later classes. All of it clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Okay, someone getting when executing model.score, I'm getting output as error. So what is the error you are getting? Then I can understand. Re-verify. You are providing capital X and small y. Yes, we are use the metrics for measuring the accuracy. Key error means what is error? Key error or
I am getting key error, sir.
Key error. So previously re-verifying for the fit method, are you given the same variables or any different variables?
Same variables.
Same variables. Okay. Please re-verify same thing. X dot shape, or instead of X dot shape, use the X dot head. Not for all, for this person only. She was getting some error. X dot head. What is the column you are getting? Years of experience. Not. Are you getting this only? Okay, got it. Generally, model, generally we use concept. This will be different from problem type, we can say. For regression, there are different metrics available. For classification, different techniques are metrics are available. For regression, we use one matrix, that is R squared matrix. For regression, R2 matrix we use for checking performance. Okay. For this purpose, what we have to do actually to check the performance, generally we have to manually import. We can two ways. We can use this R2 matrix either by directly using the score method or by using the importing separately. Okay. So sklearn dot. If you want to verify the R2 matrix separately, we use sklearn dot matrix import R2 score. From sklearn dot matrix import R2 score. So here for R2 score, you have to provide the two things. To find out the R2 score, you have to provide the two things. One is y underscore actual, or we can say simply true values. Y underscore true values, y underscore predicted values. We have to provide two things. For R2 score, we have to provide the true values, actual values, and predicted values we have to provide. Okay, where is the actual values available? Tell me. Can anyone tell me where is our y actual values available?
Salary.
Where is
Salary, sir.
what variable it is available? Salary is the y true values, where it is available in small y. Okay, we already access. Now, what we require to find out the R2 score, predicted values, we have to find out. To get the predicted, we have to calculate. So y underscore predict equals to your model dot predict of x. So verify. What happens here? Whatever the training features are available, I am giving the features to the model. It can predict the salary. Whatever the predicted salaries, I am storing in the variable y underscore predict. These are the salaries. Now, for this R2 score, we have to provide actual values at y, predicted values at y underscore predict. Verify the score. If you observe the score, we got 95.69%. If you multiply with 100, you got 95.69%. If you observe here, same percentage, means internally this score method use this R2 matrix, R2 score matrix. Okay, no need to re-import this module. You can do either importing or directly use the score method. Internally it can use R2 score. Both scores are same if you observe. So generally metrics for to verify the how the model is working, how efficiently it was working, we verify with this R2 score. Is it clear? 26th line. Use okay. You want to get the more clarity about this this 26th line. Okay. So for this doubt only I'm explaining. Model dot predict of square bracket 10. What is the output we are getting? We are getting 1,20,000. Model dot predict of 20. We are getting for the experience 20. We are getting 1,14,000. Now what I required is x dot head. Okay. What is the features? What is the experience available for 1.1 experience, 1.3 experience, 1.5 experience, 2.0 experience, that is 2 years experience, 2.2 experience. For this experience, what is the expected salary? We are predicting expected salary for this years. Okay. We cannot manually give 1.1, 1.3, 1.5 manually. We can directly provide. Okay. So model dot predict of x dot. Now verify. For 1.1 years of experience, what is the expected salary? 36,187. For 1.3 years experience, 38,077 is the expected salary. For 1.5 years, 39,000. For 2 years, 44,000. For 2.2 years, 12,000. Sorry, 1,24,000 is the expected salary. Instead of manually finding the experience for the features, we are directly passing the x variable here, where it is here. Clear now, Karthik? Yes. Yes, that is a good question. You are saying that there is no duplicate values in this data frame. What happens if there is a duplicate values? We are not providing any duplicate values to the model. Whenever there is the duplicate values, we have to remove. We have to either take the decision, maybe based on the decision we can take. Like I will give example like if a data set contains patient's data, in this patient's data, is there any missing value? Either we can say replace with the average of the previous data, or we can remove the complete data related to the missing values. Okay. Clear for you? We can manipulate the missing values in the coming sessions also. But generally, whenever we experience with the missing values, either we can replace with the average value, or we can completely remove the data related to the missing values. Based on the data, we have to take the decision. That's why first 3 steps are the difficult. What is the x dot head? So every time I'm saying that it is related to the pandas, we have to know about the pandas previously. Generally, x dot head means, for example, this is your data. How many rows available? Total 30 rows available. Okay. In this 30 rows, can you please provide top 5 rows? That is the head method. Data frame dot head provides you the top 5 rows from the data. So I just suggest that please go to the data analysis part. I'll have to clear the steps. These are the 5 steps every time we can do. Okay. These 5 steps are same. We have to gather the data required for our problem, After that, we have to pre-process by verifying the missing values. We have to identify the algorithm. After that, we have to train the model and verify the results. If the results are not up to the mark, we can retrain the model with different techniques. This is the steps every time we do. Okay. Now, if all of you clear, I will take one more example and do same things. All of you completed, respond once. If done, I will take one more example related to this linear regression with real-time data.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Karthik says. Done. How to improve? It will take. We will take you to the next class only. Improvement. Okay. What is the process to check whether the duplicate data is presented in the fused data? This is the method we have previously used to check what is the duplicate data. Your data frame dot duplicated dot sum. It will provide the duplicate values if there is any available. Present in this data set, there is no duplicate values. That's why it will provide the 0. Durga, clear? Yes. Yes, tomorrow onwards we will do the null values also. But first day, if you provide all those things, different students may confuse. Whatever the basic required steps are there, we have to provide the clear-cut clarity in this step only. So here basic steps are these 5 steps. Once you get the clarity on these 5 steps, we can go through the advanced level one by one. Okay. So coming to the next one. So this is second thing. We have to solve another problem, or I can say next. Predict the future revenue of Reliance Industries with Jio subscribers. This is the real-time data set we will take. Okay. What is the problem I'm saying? I want to predict the future revenue of the Reliance Industries with the Jio subscribers. Okay. Is my question clear for all of you? If yes, we will proceed. Durga will discuss one by one. Okay. Whenever I take the duplicate values, then you can understand more things. Okay. So all of you clear about this problem? Can anyone tell me in this problem what is the data we require? In this problem, which data we require? We require past data. With this past data, we have to predict the future. Which data we require?
Past revenues per year of Jio, of Reliance Industries.
We have to identify the revenue of the Reliance Industries previously with these Jio subscribers. Okay, we have to identify how many Jio subscribers previous year, past years, related to the revenue also. We have to get two columns values, we can say. One is the revenue of the Reliance Industries. For this revenue, how many Jio subscribers for this Reliance Industries? We have to get two things. Now tell me, in this data, what is the feature and what is the target?
Target is revenue and feature is subscribers and target is revenue.
Yes, we have to predict the revenue means we have target is the revenue. I'm saying with the geo subscriber means geo subscribers is the feature or input. So get the data. Okay, first step we have to do get the data. So what is the possible ways of getting the data? Okay, possible ways of getting required data. I will give more clarity about this getting the data. Okay, the possible ways of getting the data. One thing is you have to take data, required data manually. Okay, first thing is you have to take the required data from manually means you have to go to the Reliance Industries and ask the past data related to the revenue and geo subscribers. That is the first thing. Okay, generally I'm just giving general examples. You have to take required data manually. We can go to the Reliance Industries and ask the past data. It is not possible. Coming to the next thing. If it is possible, for example, not only Reliance Industries related, if the data is not possible directly, we can take data by conducting lotteries. Okay, this general example not only related to Reliance Industries, just general example. For example, I want to identify how many what is the main age of the unemployed youth. Okay, I want to identify who are the unemployed, what is their average age. So I want to identify for example, in this situation, what I have to do, I can conduct a lottery to give some price. For this price, what we get the what data we will access is the person details like personal details, income details, working details, all those things I can do by conducting the lottery. Generally, people directly not give the personal details. But another way of getting the data is by conducting the lotteries. If you take the Amazon, okay, I think all of you experienced the Amazon. They can provide the 50% cashback while paying the electricity bill. Okay, all of you subscribe to the 50% cashback and apply the coupon code. But behind the terms and condition, there is a terms and condition. We will access your personal details which is available at the Amazon. Terms and conditions are there. Those who are read the terms and conditions. What happens here? They provide some cashback money to you and access your personal details which is available in the Amazon. Likewise, we can conduct the lotteries. Clear for you? That is another possible way. Clear till now? Either you can do manually or you can conduct the different types of lotteries or any some things. Lottery or we can say survey. Now another way, search in different websites or official websites. Whatever the data required for you, is there any official website for this data or is there any data already existing in the website we have to search by using the Google help and different things. That is the third way we have to do. Okay, to gathering the data only I'm saying. That is the fourth way. Okay, if it is not possible for me to do manually, if it is not possible to conduct surveys, if it is not, the data is not available at websites, in this situation we can generate dummy data with formula. By using formula we can generate the data or not. I said that y equals to mx plus c. Is it possible to generate the target values with the 1 to 10? 0 for x0, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, for example. Is it possible to generate the data? By using this formula, I can generate different data. Likewise, you can use the formulas to generate the dummy data. These are the things happens to get the data. All of you clear about this? Anyone has any doubts? To get the data, we can approach different things. The general mandatory or not mandatory, general most frequent steps is this one. Either we can use manually or by conducting the lottery and surveys or checking the websites or official websites or generating the data by using formulas. So respond once, all of you clear or not? Clear. Tejaswini clear. What about remaining?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes, sir.
Now, our problem is we have to predict the future revenue of the Reliance Industries with Jio subscribers. Where we have to verify, we are not go directly and do manually. We are not conduct any surveys. We can go, is there any data available in the official website or the different websites? I'm already verified there is official website by Reliance Industries. I will provide you the link there. You will get the data. Okay, from the Reliance Industries. Trial r.com/AR 2019. Just provide this link in the chat box. Just wait a second. If you open that link, go to the link in the chat box. Okay. So open this link and there is the option full annual report. Click on this link. That is download option. All of you click download option. It will download the file. So all of you open that file, which is downloaded Reliance Industries. If your internet speed is slow, don't worry, you can access the values. Okay. So this is the official website annual report from the Reliance Industries. So I already previously seen that the data is available in this report. In page number 26, you will get the one bar chart representing the different values. In page number 26, you get one bar chart. Okay. All of you seeing my screen or not? Okay. I will show you again. If you open this link, the first file you have to download. Full annual report, there is an option download. You have to click this link. If you download this file and after downloading, you have to open the file. Okay. If you are not downloaded, no problem. Just see my screen. All of you able to see my screen now? One bar chart is representing here. So if you respond, I will understand you are following. Ramesh, yes. So if you see here which data we required the revenue. If you see here, there is an option that is operating revenue. Okay, that is represented in the format of blue color. So blue color represented the revenue of the past year's data. And arrow down one. Here arrow down one is the Jio subscribers in millions. We required the revenue and as well as we required the Jio subscribers. Okay. In this bar figure, we identify the values also. So from which year the data is available? From December 2017 to what is the recent? That is the March 2020. For every quarter, we have the revenue as well as the Jio subscriber. We can identify the future revenue of the estimated revenue. With what you have to do. We have to into our in this program. If you open current working directory and create the text file. To capture this data, okay, to capture this data, all of you open your current working directory, click on the new option. There is the option. Is my voice clear for all of you? It's not clear. No, now also not clear.
Yes, sir. Now it is clear, sir.
Oh, okay. I explain again. No problem. Okay. If you see the screen, this is the Reliance annual report. In this annual report, they provided the past data. Okay, previous year's data. In this previous year's data, blue color represented the operating revenue in crores. Okay, this blue color bar represented the operating revenue. This arrow down was the Jio subscribers or the which data it is available from December 2017 to quarter. Okay, March 2020. We have to capture this revenue. All of you go to the for creating CSV file, click new option, click the text file. Once you click the text file, it will create one empty text file. All of you do that. And change this file name with title txt file with Reliance.txt.
Sir, your voice is totally breaking, sir. It's not totally clear.
Yes,
Voice is not audible, sir.
Sir, once please check the connectivity and connect it again, sir.
yes, sir.
Sir, your voice is not audible, sir.
Yeah, Sar is checking. Please wait for 5 minutes.
Is my voice clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now
sir.
it is clear, sir.
Yes. Okay. Now what we have to do, we have to gather this data inside the CSV file to access in the Python. Okay. For this purpose, all of you create the new CSV file, that is new text file, by clicking on the new, click text file. Once you click the text file, it will create the empty text file like this, and rename the text file with the name as the reliance.csv. All of you rename your text file with the reliance.csv. So after rename, we have to gather the Jio subscribers as well as the revenue. Okay. Now I will just enter the data and forward to you in the chat box. So in December 2017, how many Jio subscribers? That is 160. 160.1 is the Jio subscribers. 8136 is the revenue. So 160.1 is the Jio subscribers. 8136. 8136 is the revenue. Now coming to the next one. On the 2nd March 2018, 186.6 subscribers, 8421 revenue. 186.6. So 186.6 is the subscribers. I will forward this data in the chat box. Wait a second. So what is the revenue? 8421. 8421 is the revenue. Now what is the next thing? 215.3 is the subscribers. 10,023 is the revenue. 215.3 subscribers. 10,023. Don't use the commas in the values. Okay. 10,023 is the revenue. Now what is the thing? 252 subscribers. 252.3 subscribers. 11,416 revenue. 11,416 revenue. 280.1 subscribers. 281 subscribers. 12,893. 280.1 subscribers. Next one, 306 subscribers. 306.1 subscribers. What is the revenue? 14,328. 14,328 revenue. After 306, how many subscribers? 331 subscribers. 331 subscribers. How many revenue? How much revenue? 15,741. 15,741. Next one, 355 subscribers. Revenue 16,534. 16,534. 370 revenue. How many subscribers? 17,555. Next one, 387 subscribers. 387 subscribers. 18,632. 18,632. So I'm posting this data in the chat box. You can access directly. Thank you, Tarun, for helping me. I posted the data. All of you copy this entire data and save in your CSV file, that is reliance.csv. Instead of manually typing, you can take from the chat box. If you completed, let me know. After saving this file, please click the file option and save and verify you got the tick mark. Okay, reliance.csv file. The first column representing Jio subscribers, second column representing revenue of the Reliance Industries. So Murthy done. Tirumala, sorry, Syed also done. Okay, done. Manikanta done. Okay. Okay, now coming to the things. What is the first step we have to do? Now tell me what is the step I have to do now? We just gather the data which is available in reliance.csv file. We have to get the data we already get. We have to read this data in Python in this Jupyter notebook. How to do that? What is the previous step? Data frame equals to import pandas already done. If you forget every time, just use import. Okay. Once you imported, no need to re-import. But for clarity purpose, I'm re-importing. So what is the method we are using? pd.read_csv. What is the file name? Reliance.csv. Print data frame. Okay. We just read the CSV file. All of you got the data? Anyone has any issues? Got it. Now, how many rows and columns in this data frame. Can anyone tell me how many rows in this data frame and how many columns? 0 to 9 means total 10 rows are available. GL subscribers and revenue, 2 columns are available. Programmatically, if you want to check data frame dot shape, okay, to get some information about data set, how many rows available and how many columns, we use shape method, shape attribute. Okay, 10 rows, 2 columns. Okay, so what is the minimum value in Geo subscribers? What is the minimum value in Geo subscribers? These are some information we have to gather while using the data frames. How many rows, how many columns, what is the rows representing, what are the columns representing, what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value, like this. So what is the minimum value? 160 is the minimum value. What is the maximum value? 387 is the maximum value. Programmatically, if you want to get that, you have to access the column. What is the column name? Geo subscribers. As it is, you have to provide data frame of columns. That is column name here, Geo subscriber dot min. You will get the minimum value in this Geo subscribers. 160.1. Here min method provide you the minimum method in this column. Minimum value is the 160. If you want to get, we use max. You will get the maximum value 387. Likewise, we can understand different methods which is related to the pandas. Now coming to the next step. Okay, what is the next step? Pre-processing. Okay. What is the step? We have to do pre-processing. In this pre-processing, we have to verify is there any missing values. So I will take one missing value in this CSV file. For example, all of you not get the missing values. I'm just adding the missing value. You don't need to add. If you want, you can add. No problem. I'm adding 400 comma only. I'm missing the value. Okay. I just added the 400 Geo subscribers. I'm not given the revenue for the 400 subscribers. I'm closing this file, re-executing the above files. Okay, re-executing above steps. You have to do every time. Whenever you change the input CSV file, you have to update. You have to re-execute. I'm re-executing. Now in this situation, how many values are available? 0 to 10 means 11 values available. So what is the minimum value? That is 160. What is the maximum? 400. Now in pre-processing, what we do? We have to verify is there any missing values. Is there any missing values? Okay. Now how to apply? Data frame dot isNA dot sum. Verify. Reliance Geo subscribers columns, there is no missing value. Reliance revenue column, one missing value. Okay. There is one missing value in this revenue column. Where is where it is available? At 10th row. Now what we have to do? Is it possible to replace this missing value with some particular value? If it is possible, you can replace. But in this situation, I am not replacing. I'm just removing the data. Okay, I'm just removing the data row which is related to missing. Here revenue is missing. In this situation, I'm removing this data. Okay. Now how to remove that? So data frame dot drop NA. Drop NA means remove the missing values. In place equals to true. So for your clarity, data frame dot shape, I'm verifying how many rows available. 11 rows with 2 columns. After dropping the missing values, verify the shape. So previously we have 11 rows with 2 columns with 1 missing value. After applying drop method, it will remove the missing value related row. Now how many rows available? 10 rows. What happens? This row, last row will be removed because it contains a name. If you want to check, is it completely removed or not? You can apply, you can print the data frame. So last row was removed from the data frame. If you want to remove the missing rows, we use drop ending. Clear, all of you? Just give confirmation. If it's clear, we can proceed. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Manikanta?
Yes,
Clear.
sir.
Okay. Now, what is the third step we have to do? The third step we have to do, identify algorithm. So here algorithm is the linear regression. We already told that. So we have to import the algorithm. If it is already imported, no need to import. But I'm just for clarity purpose, I'm re-importing. Okay, sklearn dot in linear underscore model import linear regression. What is the next step we have to do? We have to create the model by using the linear regression. What is the next step? So we have to train the model. So before training the model, previously what we done, we separated the features and target from the data frame. We had to do that. So where we have to store the features in X variable. Tell me what is the features for this data set? What is the feature for this data set? Can anyone tell me what is the feature?
Geo subscribers.
Subscribers, sir.
Geo subscribers. Yes. You have to, yes. You have to separate the features from the data frame and target from the data frame. So target is the revenue. You have to give as it is. If you give the spelling mistakes, it will give you the error. Okay, for example, what I'm doing, data frame of Geo. Is there any column with Geo? There is no column with Geo. That's why you are getting key error. So whatever the column name exactly, you have to give exactly. Otherwise, it will give you the error. Please re-verify the value, the keys you are giving. Okay. I just separated the features and target in the X variable and Y variable. In next time, what we have to train the model by using the fit method. Fit of where is the features available, X variable, where is the target available, Y variable, and execute. Now what happens? We created the object for the model, train the model. What is the next thing we done? We can generally use test the model. Okay. So model dot how to test. Either you can use manually by using the predict method. Okay, double square brackets. 400 subscribers, what is the revenue? For 500 subscribers, what is the revenue? I want to know. Okay, for this purpose, I am using 400 and 500. So what is the prediction you are getting? 19,091 is the revenue for 400 subscribers. 23,957 is the revenue of 500 subscribers. But in testing, we cannot do not only a prediction, we can use the score. Okay. So model dot score of X comma Y. What is the score? Instead of we use generally percentage. That's why into 100. How much accurate this model was? 98.9% accurate means if you give the 100 questions to this model, it will give the correct answers for the 98 questions. For understandable purpose, we can say. Are you clear what we did till now? We just implemented the one algorithm to predict the revenue of the Reliance Industries. Yes. These are the steps basically required for the machine learning. We can see more about these steps in the coming sessions. Okay. We just give the overview about this linear regression and update the model with the two data sets. One is prediction of salary, another one is predicting the revenue of the Reliance Industries. So please remember, machine learning is very easy, but difficult thing is first 3 steps: getting the data, pre-processing data, identify the model. Remaining steps are the common. Explain 56th line. Okay, which one? Model dot score. So score method provide you how accurately it was saying. Okay. You have to provide the features and original target output. It can calculate, for example, classification related. I will give you. Okay, y equals to actual. This is for only for example purpose only, that not program purpose. Okay, for understandable purpose, what accuracy do? Y underscore predict. Now, cat, rat, lion. Cat, rat, rat. Now, for this example only related to the score only, just for understandable purpose, I am taking this example. Now, think like this. This is the actual answers. Y underscore actual means actual correct answers. For the first question, correct answer is the cat. For the second question, correct answer is the rat. For the third question, correct answer is the lion. But our model predicted that the first question answer is the cat, second question answer is the rat, third question answer is the rat. Now tell me, how to verify performance? How to verify performance for this?
By using
For this
metrics.
data, how to verify?
Metrics.
General way, how can you say how much? Not related to technical words, theoretical point of view, I'm saying. Think like this. This is the student. This is the question. For the question paper, first question, first answer, second answer, third answer. Student predicted that first question answer is the cat. First one answer correct. Second question answer is the correct. Third question answer fail. Now, how can you say performance? Total correct divided by total questions. Is it correct or not? We can say
Yes, sir.
efficiency. Just theoretical point of view, you can say how many questions are correctly answered. 2 questions. Cat and rat are answered correctly. Out of how many questions? 3 questions. What is the performance into 100? The student can given the 66% is accurate, means out of 66 questions, out of 100 questions, he can predict 66. Likewise, same thing will be happen, but not exactly this thing. For this regression, it can do like this, but not exactly. Same thing will be happen. How accurately it was calculating, but this type of calculation related to the classification. Is it clear for you now? But why we are using score method? What is this? Just performance, how accurately it was doing. For the performance metrics, there are different things for the regression, classification, all those things. So line number 52. Okay. Now we just separated the features and target. All of you clear? Yes, I just modified for you. In CSV file, you are getting 2 only. Why? Because someone asking that, can you please give the missing values? What happens? What we do? For this purpose, later I just added the one more value by missing one value. 400, one missing value I added and updated. That's why you are getting different answer. Okay. I just added one more dummy value, 400 comma missing the empty last value. Okay. Just for what to do when we got the missing values. For this purpose, I given here revenue. We got the missing value. I just dropped the row by using drop n. So that's it for today. If you have any doubts, ask now.